Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Judy Prouty, and this is Monday Manna, and I'm so glad that you've joined me, even just for a few minutes. I want to just give you a word of encouragement for your week ahead. And this is from a passage in Philippians 1, verse 12. It says, "Now I want you to know, believers, that what has happened to me," and this was Paul writing this, "what has happened to me, this imprisonment that was meant to stop me, has actually served to advance the spread of the good news regarding salvation." Wow. One of my favorite passages. I was reading that this week and I was thinking, how many of us have ever felt imprisoned by some kind of situation that's going on in our life? And maybe the circumstances didn't allow us to move forward or even to speak up. Paul was physically imprisoned, and yet his perspective was so good. He said that this imprisonment was meant to stop him in his tracks, but what happened was that it actually served to further his mission in life. Wow, that's powerful. That really ministers to me. This one verse just really breathed life into me, and into my own perspective of some things going on in my own life this week. And because I've seen things differently, I have felt empowered to keep going forward. You know, we are living in challenging days right now, and things going on around us in the world can be unsettling and they can be kind of overwhelming. But the personal things that each one of us face can also be draining and hurtful. And Paul understood that. He understood those things, and he had faced a lot of things himself. He had faced imprisonment. He had faced being beaten and being stoned and left for dead. And he had faced threats and hunger and persecution. And even Paul had doubts at times. He was facing so many of the things that maybe we've never had to face, and yet he just kept going. He also knew something, and there's a clue to that. If we go back up in that same passage to verse 6, he said that he was convinced of something, that he knew that God, who had begun a good work in him, and that's speaking to all of us, that God would continue to perfect and to complete that work until the day of Christ's return. Man, that's just so good. That's important. Whatever else may be going on in your life, you can trust that God has begun a good work in you, and you can trust that God is faithful. God's not going to be caught off guard by whatever you're going through. That's so good. He's with you as you go through them, and he has a purpose for your life and a plan for you to complete what he has begun in you and started in you until the day of Jesus' return. So Paul wasn't going to allow anything, even the worst imaginable thing, to stop him. He could see past the situations that he was in and to know the importance of going ahead with his mission. His mission was to proclaim the gospel, and that mission outweighed anything else that came along against him. And this is such a good lesson for every one of us as well. Don't give up, people. Don't give up. Whatever your mission is, keep going. The life and the message that Paul preached changed the world. And millions of believers have come to know Jesus because Paul didn't give up. And so what has God called you to do? It's the same message for every one of us. And in the generations to come, lives could be changed simply because you didn't quit. You know, you can speak a word of kindness to somebody and it might change their day. It might change their life. It might set them on a different path. You might take somebody a plate of cookies or something and it might bring a smile to their face and just give them a better perspective as they go through their day. The people that you know and work with and are your friends and other believers and people in your family and non-believers, they all need a word of encouragement. And so you have an important role to live out in your life. And God is not going to leave your side, but He has empowered you to finish your course. So think on that this week. God bless you and have a great week, and I'll see you Thursday.